Hello, this is Mike Rose from Garma Sutra, and today we're looking at Meridian New World from Mr. Eddie Tarsoli. So this is a real-time strategy game that just launched on Steam Early Access, and it's sort of aiming to be a sort of old-school real-time strategy game, harking back to the sort of classic era of RTS games, you know, sort of Command and Conquer, the Red Alert era, those kind of most excellent games. So I'm just gonna start pulling some of my units over in this direction, since the mission objectives are telling me to destroy an outpost to the east. What I've just done is defended this base from all directions, and now I'm going to find the enemy at their source and destroy them, which should be rather good fun. So the way that Meridian attempts to sort of build on the classic RTS is through a variety of ways, really. You've got the sort of classic way that the story is presented, with RPG elements and varying mission objectives. There's loads of lovely different ways that you can sort of equip your guys. This is just the first level, so don't expect to see anything too crazy at this point. I've just got these giant mechs who are sort of bounding along and destroying everything in their path. I'm assuming these are the things I'm going to be destroying down here, and this guy's coming in. So if we just head back here, you can see there's a lot of the classic ideas. So we've got these guys here who are mining this Shardium. I've got a factory where I can build more of these mechs. We've got power plants to power everything, a barracks. You know, if you've played this kind of game before, then you pretty much know how to play this one, which is no bad thing whatsoever. I've also got these powers which I can set to the F1 buttons. I think I can probably upgrade myself here as well. Let's take this overload ability and throw that into there. Excellent. I think one of the things that Tarsoli, the developer, has really been focusing on is just polishing this game to within an inch of its life. I mean, you might notice that it looks pretty gorgeous, which is kind of crazy given that he made this game solely on himself for the last 3 years. I think he had some freelancers and friends helping him out a little bit as well, but for the most part it was just him, which is a pretty incredible achievement, really. And I mean, it kind of shows through the amount of polish he's thrown into this game is sort of crazy, really. Let's head back over here, because I'm a little wary about leaving my place defenseless. I think I've got my Shardium units up here, and then I've got my production laid out again, much in the same way that the classic Command and Conquers will have had. Let's see, have I finished? Oh, it doesn't look like I've finished destroying this base just yet. Here we go. And I think this is the enemy factory, so once this is gone, then I'm fairly certain they're not going to be able to build anything else anymore, which is going to be mighty useful for me. So the game is out on early access, as I noted, which means if you go and buy it now, then you'll get the single player, but I believe there's no multiplayer as of yet. I think that's on the way, if I remember rightly. Let's see, have we done this yet? Oh, just this power plant to destroy, and we'll see whether this Donovan guy shows up, because as I mentioned, the story elements are a big focus in this, but as of this video recording, I've not exactly been showing the story. Okay, so we need to dash back to base now, or else we're gonna get annihilated, so maybe we should hurry up about that. Although having said that, these turrets are pretty good on their own, so we'll grab a few more of these guys and bungle them around. And we've got some guys coming in here. One thing to note about this game is just sort of how fluid it feels. So a lot of the time when I play RTSs, you know, you can play those kind of pretty terrible ones where there's just a little bit too difficult to sort of keep everything under control, and you always feel like maybe you could have better control over your units.
Donovan, what's your status?
Doesn't really feel like that here. Feels like if I'm losing, then it's definitely my fault. And there we go. It looks like I've managed to hold out until Donovan arrives, which is rather pleasant. So again, this is Meridian New World, and it's on Steam Early Access. If you like the look of this, you can check out the full interview with the developer on Gamasutra now. Check in the description of this video.